Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is my son Diego breaking the Breakable Heart. He loved it. In this video, I will be showing you guys how to make this Breakable Heart and Cheesecake Stuffed Strawberries for St. Patrick's Day. They taste delicious. I hope you guys like this video. And this is all the things that we're going to need. I have my chocolate, I have some sprinkles with the colors for St. Patrick's Day. And all this I bought it at Michael's. I have this tip so I can place the cheesecake in the strawberries. I also have food coloring so I can color my cheesecake. And this is my mold for the Breakable Heart. This is the same mold that I used for my last video. I also have this mold to make the letters and my gold dust. And for the cream cheese, you're going to need powdered sugar, cream cheese, vanilla extract, and of course your strawberries. I always buy my strawberries at Walmart, Sprouts, or Sam's Club. And the first thing that I like to do is clean my mold. I like cleaning my mold because it gives a really nice shine to the chocolate, but this is optional. If you don't want to do this part, you don't have to. I'm using vodka, but you can use Everclear or any liquor of your choice. And now we're going to melt the chocolate. I went ahead and put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And now this is the time when I like to add the coconut oil. I'm just adding like half a teaspoon. And now I just put it back in the microwave for 30 seconds. And each time you put it back and take it out, you have to stir it so you can see if you really have to put it back in the microwave, because this is the time when you don't want to overheat your chocolate. I always put it back for maybe 1 or 2 times of 30 seconds after I do the 1 minute. And as you can see, my chocolate, it's nice and smooth. And now that I have my chocolate ready, I'm going to go ahead and add all this little bag of sprinkles. And this is going to give a really nice design to the heart. I'm just going to mix it and then just pour it into my mold. And now we're going to just move the chocolate around. I like using a spoon so I can get it on all the edges. Just make sure that you do spend a little bit of time trying to get the chocolate around the sides. And now just remove all the extra chocolate since we're gonna do it into 2 layers. And now just make sure that you clean the sides. And I like to place my mold on a tray so when you put it in the freezer, it's nice and straight. If you don't use a tray, your mold is gonna look funny. It's gonna bend. And now we're going to add a little bit more chocolate and just make sure that you get it around the edges. That's the sides where it can get a little bit weak, and when you remove it from the mold, it will break. So just spend a little bit of time and make sure that you clean the sides really good. Put it back in the freezer for 10 minutes. So each time it was 10 minutes. And try not to leave it any longer than 10 minutes or your chocolate is going to start sweating. That's when it sweats. And now my heart is ready, so I'm going to remove it from the mold. And to remove it is really easy. Just kind of peel it, and this is how it looks. And as you can see, I want to show you guys how my chocolate, it's not sweating. It looks pretty good. So just try not to leave it in the freezer for too long. And to keep it fresh, I like to leave it in the refrigerator in a box. And now we're going to make our cheesecake strawberries. So to prepare them, all you have to do is just cut the top portion. And now we're going to make some space to fill them up with the cream cheese. And I have this special spoon to remove the inside. But in case if you don't have one, you can just use a knife and just use a measuring spoon, and that works the same. And now I'm going to make some clover chocolates with this green chocolate. It's really easy, just fill it up and tap it a little bit, make sure that you don't have any bubbles, and I'm going to place it in the freezer so it can get dried faster. And now I'm going to dip my strawberries in this yellow chocolate. I'm using a fork to make it easier, so what you have to do is just poke it a little bit on the inside, and when you cover it in chocolate, just bring it up so it won't keep falling into the chocolate. And then just place it on the counter. You can either place it on wax paper or the wrap paper. And now I'm going to make a quick design. I have some white chocolate and I'm just going to make this design to all my strawberries. And now I'm going to make some letters with my white chocolate, and to make your letters is really easy. Just add it into the mold and with a knife try to remove all the extra chocolate and then just place it in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes. And now with my gold luster, I'm going to paint all the designs. So I'm just going to add a little bit of my powder, and I like to mix it with vodka. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. Your mix, it should be a little bit thick when you're going to colors. If you don't want to use any liquor, you can also mix your gold with lemon extract. And now with a thin brush, I'm just going to color the design. And I'm also going to add a little bit to my green chocolates so they can stand out more. And now we're going to make the cream cheese, and for the cream cheese I'm using 1 pack of 8 ounces, and we're gonna give it a quick mix. And always try to scrape the sides so you can get all your mix in one place. And now we're going to add half a cup of powdered sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now we're gonna give it a good mix. And this is it for the cream cheese. If you want to make more, just double the recipe. But since I'm just doing a little bit of strawberries, I didn't want to make too much of the mix. And since it's St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring and green color to make it a little bit more fun for the kids. And now I'm going to place my cream cheese in this piping bag, and I also have these tips. These tips I ordered them on Amazon. And now we're going to place a tip inside of the bag and make sure that you don't make a big cut. So always kind of measure how much you're going to cut because you don't want the tip to keep falling out of the bag. So just cut a little bit, and once it's nice and secure, go ahead and add your cream. And my cream, I'm going to place it in the fridge because I want it to be cold. If you leave it out, it's gonna get really soft and runny, so just keep it in the fridge. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish my Breakable Heart. So I'm going to add all my letters, and my letters I glued them with the same white chocolate. And now I'm just going to color all my letters with my gold dust, and I'm also adding these little clovers around the letters, and this is gonna give them a really nice design. And in the inside I'm going to place these chocolates, these money chocolates, to make it fun. But of course you can place anything that you like, any surprise that you want to put inside. And since a lot of people was asking me if it's a good idea to seal it or to do something with the heart so it's not moving around the box, I think this will be a really good idea if you don't want the heart to be moving around. So just add your surprise inside, and just add a little bit of chocolate around the edges, and this is gonna make it stay. It's gonna be more stable. And now the last part, adding the cream cheese into the strawberries. And I'm adding the cream cheese towards the end because I didn't want my cream cheese to get soft or too runny. And now I'm going to add a little bit of sprinkles to make it more fun. And now it's time to place it in the box. So I have this big box since I'm using the cake board for the Breakable Heart. So it's a little bit big, and I'm just going to place my strawberries on the side. But of course, this is your option, any way that you want to decorate your boxes. This is another option if you use a smaller box. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to share my videos. Thank you for staying all the way to the end of this video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.